D.C. is balancing taking back local control now that the federal takeover has ended with limited resources as the government shutdown drags on. Straight out live to 7 News reporter John Gonzalez downtown with a look at some new data that we've gotten a look at. John, good morning.
That's right. Good morning, Adam. D.C. police are back in charge a month after the federal takeover ended here in the district, but they are still stretched thin, and federal pay freezes and furloughs not helping matters. Now, a month later, neighborhoods are feeling a difference now. Data shows mixed results. Violent crime down in most areas, property crime steady. Federal agencies are short-staffed, so D.C. police are handling more calls on their own. Now, the city is redirecting officers and community teams to cover gaps. Community leaders say armed vehicles and federal agents calmed some streets but left trust issues behind. City activist Ronald Moten, who spoke out before and during the takeover, is sharing his thoughts with me now.
Many of the workers can't even come to work. They're scared to drive into D.C., right? Then that has an adverse effect, contrary to what others might say. Now, has it helped with crime? I think in some ways it has, but I know this, the way and magnitude that it was done is not sustainable. So we have to have a holistic approach that's balanced, right? I call it love and order. We have to have love and order to fix this, not a heavy hand with just law and order.
Now, D.C. Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton on Capitol Hill is pushing for more local control, introducing a bill this week to remove the WJLA oversight she calls federal oversight, quote, redundant and offensive. Coming up later this hour, we have new crime numbers to share. Reporting live, John Gonzalez, 7 News.
He's with John Gonzalez. So, John, the government shutdown has become just another challenge as D.C. comes out of the federal takeover.
That's absolutely right, Adam. Federal troops and agents have now pulled back. Most of the states have withdrawn their National Guard contingents, leaving behind a much smaller mix of local police and federal force patrolling the streets here in D.C. Well, during this federal takeover last month, we know that data shows arrests topped 2,000, most tied to immigration or encampment cases, not violent crime. But the short window and ongoing shutdown make long-term trends unclear. Now, new numbers from D.C. police show violent crime down sharply. Homicides down 25%, sex assaults nearly 40% lower than last year, and robberies down more than a third. Overall, take a look. Violent crime in the district is down 28%. But even after this federal surge, the mayor insists the National Guard deployment was a waste of resources, recently clashing with Representative Scott Perry on Capitol Hill.
We don't regard the Guard as a law enforcement agency.
It's not a law enforcement agency. It can assist in law enforcement.
We wouldn't call on them to police our neighborhoods.
But you would agree that right now crime has dropped dramatically since they've been present.
Mr. Perry, what has worked is not the National Guard in helping enhance MPD services. What has worked is more DEA, more FBI.
Now, the local administration says the focus now is rebuilding local control and ensuring D.C. isn't left vulnerable in the next crisis. Reporting live outside of the Wilson building, John Gonzalez, 7 News.